You are listening to RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network.
Up a ring and onto the mic. Golden locks, going shades on tight. I rule the airwaves, I own the night. Crank up the volume, feel the heat down. Turn up the dial, let me preach. Running this town with a steel cake smile. When the bell rings, I do it with style. I'm the Lord of Saturday night. One hand thunder, taking the mic. Bodies tell the truth, no fear, no fight. Bow down, cause I rule tonight. Taking the mic, bodies said the truth, no fear, no fright. Bow down, cause I rule tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network. I am your host for the evening, Lord Amadeus. I am also the owner and CEO of RAWF in the game we all know and love as Wrestler Unstoppable. Joining me this fine evening is the one and only...
¡Hola, muchachos!
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only El Vacant joining us. Good evening, El Vacant.
Hola, muchachos. ¿Cómo está mi amigo?
Not too bad, not too bad. We are live in Charleston, West Virginia this evening. We've got a huge Superstars card to talk about tomorrow, but we need to get to some... We have some RAWF news and notes to get through first.
West Virginia, where the mountains are tall and the wives are sisters.
Yes, we'll go with that. All right, so we've got some event and GM reports for you. We're going to start with the lovely Maeve O'Hare. She has a little bit to report for us. Maeve, you there?
I am, boss man. Good evening. Good evening, Vacant.
Oh, hi.
Just a small update on This Is the Way final tourney. We are currently in the semifinals, and Chris Cage is awaiting the winner of Sibel versus Sassy. And I look forward to seeing who wins it. And of course, I will be awarding the prizes afterward. So good luck to everyone.
All right. Thank you, Maeve. I'm going to check here. Let's see here. My Hatfield and McCoy tournaments are underway, of course, starting last week. Right now, the McCoy tournament is down to the semifinals. We have Allie Knight versus Marquis Desaad and Tigress versus Chris Cage on the McCoy side. On the Hatfield side, we have in the semifinals as well, down to the final four, Denzel the Giant versus Strangleheart, and DW versus Hotshot Chaz. The winner of these two tournaments, of course, will square off on a Superstars before Philadelphia Freedom to see who indeed will face the Hatfield and McCoy champion. All right, next up, we have our Radical Fighting Championship GM, the Immortal Griffith. Griffith, are you there?
I am, sir.
What's going on?
All right. So week 3 is in the books, and currently, as you know, every week we have a match of the night, as it were. And this week, that match for the second week in a row went to Blake Bradley. This time, his opponent was none other than RA. The two of them tore the house down. And I got to tell you, that match did not look like it was going well for RA. At first, I thought for sure that was going to be a win in the books for Blake. But somehow at the last minute, RA got a second win, and he came back and he managed to put the man who up until this point has been undefeated. So more power to him on that. And right now, the numbers are as follows. In first place, even though he did not win this week with getting the extra points for match of the night, Blake Bradley is in first place with 63 points. But chomping on his heels is a man who's been having a lot of things to say to Blake and been having a lot of things said back to him, I might add, is Michael Brewer sitting at 61 points. Not too far behind them is Chosen, then Enigma, then Christopher Cage, Natalia, the Marquis de Sade, Chaz, Nightwish, Miss Beauty Fatale, Carnage King, I should say, RA, who actually managed to pull himself pretty far up with this win this week, Billy Gunn, and Hot Cheese. As we've always done in the past, if people get to a point where they are incapable of possibly winning, we start weeding people out. 2 more people have been weeded out going into week 4. So Deez and the Crazy Sir will not move forward. We are down to 14 members. The matches going into this next week are, give me a moment, I have them written down here. Where did I put them? I have them, I swear. Here they are. It's Blake Bradley will face Chaz. Brewer will face Nightwish. Chosen will face Miss Beauty Fatale. Enigma will face the Carnage King. Christopher Cage will face RA, and I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to that fight. And Natalia will face Billy Gunn and the Marquis de Sade, who I got to tell you, I had a lot of interesting opinions about this man, but watching him compete in this cage has actually really changed it. He's a tough son of a bitch, but the Marquis de Sade is he's going to be facing Hot Cheese. And those are your matches, and I look very forward to seeing who comes out on top.
All right, sounds like things heating up in the RFC. We will find out who indeed gets that next shot at Simply the Best. And correct me if I'm wrong, but STB's put up a huge stake for anybody who can beat him for that.
You are not wrong. And I got to tell you, STB has been showing up to almost every match, really closely paying attention, seeing who his potential challenges are. Say what you want about that man, but he has got balls of steel. He has put up a ton of his own money if someone can take that title away from him. So not they win this tournament. They have to take the title from him. If they take the title from him, he is going to pay them millions.
All right. Thank you, Griff. We now turn to Unstoppabot's tag division. The top 5 tag teams after 2 of 6 rounds. In first place are the Godslayers. In second place, Crown Control, the reigning champions. And third place is Thunderstruck. Fourth place, 2 miserable MFers. And tied for fifth place is Hot Knights and Medicine Men. That is 2 of 6 rounds for this season's tag team division. But then next up, we also have the Radical Rumble, which has made it to the final 2 participants. It is the Immortal Griffith and Sean Hitman Hurd, the 2 men left standing towards the end of this Radical Rumble. Who becomes the new Radical Rumble champion? We shall find out very, very soon. That match is underway. The Immortal Griffith versus Sean Hitman Hurd. It's been a hell of a rumble, to be sure. And then one last thing. There it is. We are in the semifinals of the Xanther, but one man has made the final and is awaiting the winner of a fight. But STB has made it to the final match of the Xanther the Platinum Dragon Memorial Tournament. That could mean he could be a 2-time winner, depending on who he faces. I imagine. Let's take a look here. It is Joe Boo and the Paragon of Greatness right now fighting it out for that last spot in the finals. STB defeated The Undertaker to move on to the final match. Paragon of Greatness and Joe Boo right now it is gonna get interesting. Who will face STB in the finals of this year's Xanther the Platinum Dragon Memorial Tournament? I'm sure we will know by next week. So congratulations to STB. Guarantees himself at least the runner-up pot of 50 million coins and 1,500 wrestler bucks. Right now, Undertaker won himself a cool 20 million coins and 750 wrestler bucks. So, congratulations to all of them. We will see how this plays out, but the Xanther is coming to an end very, very soon. All right, some other things. Powerball division. The Powerball Contendership Tournament went up recently from the looks of things. And wow, only 8 participants. Only 8 people guessed a number this period. That's an unusually low number. But the Razor reports only 8 people. It is Davila, the Cougar, First Lady of Anarchy, the Cougars, Sophia Gabrielle McFadden, Miss Beautifatal, Kenta, Extreme Enigma, Billy Gunn, and Joe Boo. 4 ladies, 4 guys. Very interesting. And so the matchups for this tournament, it is Dev versus Joe Boo, Davila versus Joe Boo, Miss Beautifatal versus Kenta, Sophia Gabrielle McFadden versus Extreme Enigma, and the Cougar versus Billy Gunn. Who will square off with Sassy Applebee's for the Powerball Championship at Philadelphia Freedom? It will be one of these eight people. All right. Quick look at the. Let's see. Where are we in the arsehole? And we're in round 3, so I can go ahead and. Right now, we are in round 3. Toxic Megatron Avenger taking on Papa Shaker. Uber Vegan TPO taking on Michael Brewer. Kenta taking on Spectacular. The winner of that match will go on to face Ken Costa, who defeated Chosen to move on to the quarterfinals. Denzel the Giant taking on Joe Boo. The winner of that will face Big Papa, who beat Roger the Pirate to move on to the semifinals. Then we have Sisalu versus Marquis de Sade, and Agent of Hate versus Sean Hitman Hurd. Wow. So not a lot of the usual suspects left in the Arsehole this month tournament. Very interesting. That. Let's take a look at the Biatch. Now the Biatch is still in round 1. Still got a ways to go. Sassy Applebee's defeated Miss Beautifatal. Hot Cheese defeated Psycho Girl. We got Luzon Warrior Queen Falcon taking on Black Lilith. Maeve O'Hare taking on Honey Thunder Apples. Kitty Caban defeated Extreme Enigma. Vex with a new nameplate again defeated Starlight. Psy defeated Olivia McInnes. Allie Knight defeated Sophia McFadden. DW defeated Natalia Nitro. Cara DeVille defeated Wildfire. Destroyer defeated Just Angel Bitch. Crazy Mama defeated Eva. And Damia defeated Kayla the Governess. Who will be this month's Biatch of the month? We find out in a few weeks. All right, so that is your reports from around RAWF. Let's talk about last week's Superstars, where we did indeed crown a new Superstars champion. Destroyer defeating Spectacular to become a 2-time Superstars champion and ruining Extreme Enigma's challenge opportunity, unfortunately for him. Because Spectacular had accepted a challenge from Enigma but he could only accept that challenge if he retained against Destroyer. That did not happen. So tomorrow, here from the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center, it's going to be a very interesting night. Let's take a look at what we've got. So as I said, here in Charleston, West Virginia, the Coliseum, it's going to be a very, very interesting night. We've got a Fubar City street fight between the Teflon Sheik and Joe Boo. That is an interesting. Teflon Sheik may be wanting a warm-up match for his title opportunity at Philadelphia Freedom. We'll talk about that in a minute. But that ought to be a good Fubar City street fight. Two very interesting individuals in that one. Then a challenge for the Midnight Hobo Championship was thrown out by Ken Costa and accepted by the true badass Billy Gunn. That match will happen tomorrow on Superstars.
Good for him for accepting. You don't get that a lot.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Billy seems to be a willing champion here. So
Billy clearly believes in that middle part of his name.
Yep. But there you go. He is a badass. He's gonna step up to Ken tomorrow here in Charleston, and then the main event is a humdinger for the Superstars Championship. Let me tell you, it will be Destroyer defending against RAWF Hall of Famer, former two-time World Heavyweight Champion, and many other accolades. It is Lady Vex. Destroyer versus Lady Vex tomorrow. El Vacant, your initial thoughts on that matchup?
I gotta go. I gotta go with Destroyer. She's been on a tear.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Although I will say, Vex has never been a Superstars champion, which is interesting to me. One of those things. One of those people just has never had that title. But
I mean, part of that's because in a lot of the time that she was very active, she wasn't eligible.
Right. That's fair. That is fair. But yes, Destroyer defends against Vex tomorrow in our main event here in Charleston. It should be a very great match. What about and that Midnight Hobo Championship match? What are your thoughts on that?
Here's the thing. I want to say Ken is going to take this home. You know, he had the balls. He's got a new attitude. He's going to think. Like I really think, but I don't know. I my gut is telling me Billy didn't take this challenge because he thinks he's going to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he thinks he has Ken's number, and I think he may be right.
Interesting enough, I didn't even realize this till I was looking here on the champion spreadsheet. But this is actually Billy Gunn's second run with the Midnight Hobo Championship, and kind of hard. I kind of feel like Billy Gunn. He did hold that title for 49 days here at the end of last year, beginning of this year. Just at Nightcrawler.
One pay-per-view to another.
Yeah, it's interesting, but. He won it from Chris Cage at Jingle Hell Rock, lost it to Nightcrawler at Unyielding, and then just won it back here at Radiversary. So he joins a list of 8 other people. He is the 9th person to win the Midnight Hobo Championship twice, and only one person has ever held it more than twice. Do you know who that is, Olvega?
More than twice?
Yes. Only one person.
It's not Mithras, just because he had it once. It just seemed like eternity 100 times.
No, you're wrong. It is Mithras.
Mithras had it 3? Because I was like, I know he had it 2.
He has had it 3 times as
really?
Mithras.
I did not think. I thought it was 2. So there you go.
Yep, he held it. He held it for 224 days. Then
it was like 874 years.
Yeah, 224 day, a reign of 224 days. Followed by a reign of 477 days, followed by a reign of 938 days.
That's insane. That's just insane.
It is. Almost 3. I think that's almost 3.
My question is how long were the gaps between those? Because next you're going to tell me, like, all right, well, so between the first and second when so-and-so took it and had it for 2 days. And then between the second and third, so-and-so had it and had it for 17 minutes.
Okay, so here, Mithras won the title. Let's see, Mithras won the title at Love Hurts in 2015. He held it until Cataclysm in September of that year, so 7 months. 2 people held it briefly before he got it back 2 months later. He got it back at Black Friday.
Okay.
All right. Then Godric Mandevil beat him for it on at
All
Unreal.
right. There's a name I haven't heard forever.
Right? I know. Godric Mandevil beat him and held it for 14 days before Mithras took it back and held it for 938 days. So all of about 70 days total in a 4-year period was Mithras not the Midnight Hobo champion. So, yeah, that's a record that I don't think is ever going to be beat.
How could it?
But at any rate, and yes, Maeve did beat his lowest record. She had a reign of 308 days and 280 days. So, all right. So that is Superstars for tomorrow here in Charleston, ladies and gentlemen, and that's gonna be huge. That's a great card. But for the rest of the card, we need to turn to who? L Vacant.
Oh, my buddy. My buddy. Come on, Randy.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? Randolph Mortimer Draw here. Hey, L Beacon, how you doing, boss man? How's it going? All right, Randy, very much. Hey, L Vacant.
See?
Every time I come on now, you call me your buddy, but you never drink with me. What's up with that?
Because you leave mid-show and go drinking and never text me where you are.
Oh, that's a good point.
I have to stay to the end.
I don't know I want to do that, but I do.
I get why you're, but I have to stay to the end.
All right, I tell you what, I'll hang around the studio till the show's over, and we can go get something somewhere.
I mean, you can go pre-drink. You just need to text me where you're going.
I don't know where the good bars in Charleston though are. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know what? When you're done, go down, find Julio, tell him I said, go find a bar, check him out, and report back before the end of the night.
Ah, that sounds good. Sounds good.
It's good having employees if you can't use them.
Yeah. I like that. Put them to work down there. Put them to work. All right, here we go. Here is tomorrow's Superstars undercard lineup. Evan Dudley taking on Denzel the Giant. Simply the Best to take on Extreme Enigma. Carnage King takes on Davila. Mark Caliber takes on the Minion. Eva to take on Addiction. Black Lilith to take on Papa Shaker. Natalia Nitro to take on Seabell. Roger the Pirate takes on Dr. Kent. Uber Vegan TPO takes on Joey A. Diesel Warrior takes on Serial Napolitano. Luzon Warrior Queen Falcon takes on the Hooligan God Michael Brewer. Deez will take on Blake Bradley. The Moose to take on Stormtrooper of Death. The Crippler to take on Bruiser Omega, or the Masked Man, as I guess he's going by now. I don't know. Aaron McFadden to take on Angel Bitch. Starlight to take on Kitty Kabam. DVT to take on Miss Beautifatal. Teflon Chic to take on Strangleheart. Paragon of Greatness to take on Sean Hitman Hurd. Knox Boogie takes on Spectacular. Dark Warrior takes on Chosen. Olivia McInnes takes on Mancunian Maniac. Wildfire takes on Joe Boo. Des Bryant takes on Cara DeVille. Hot Cheese takes on Malice. Money Sue takes on Crazy Serb. Toxic Megatron Avenger to take on Kenta. Tigers to take on Maeve O'Hare. Scythe to take on Hotshot Chaz. Alec Remington takes on Marquis de Sade. Mystic Maniac takes on Undertaker. Boney takes on Andy Price. Honey Thunder Apples takes on the Immortal Griffith. Psycho Girl takes on Chris Cage. Redneck Avenger takes on Kayla the Governess. Big Papa takes on the Razor. Agent of Hate takes on Rick Nelson. Hobo Ezekiel takes on the Celtic Nightmare Soul Reaper. Killer Neptune takes on Magnificent Michael. The Cougar versus Tad Beaglewolf Dennis. Sisulu versus Allie Knight. Sassy Applebee's takes on Crazy Mama. And Sophia McFadden takes on Slashy. Good Lord, there's a lot of people in this. At any rate. Oh, was this book? All right, we'll get to that later. Anyways. Anyways, yeah, I'll be hanging around here. Let me know what's going on, El Vacant.
Will do.
All right, so that is tomorrow's Superstars. And yes, Soul Reaper, you also have your rematch with the Paragon of Greatness in that boxing match. I haven't made the graphic for it, but it's not a rankings match, as Paragon just said in the chat. So, yeah. Anyways. Oh, Lordy. So, we now turn our attention to Philadelphia Freedom. Yeah. July 6, 2025, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. It's going to be a happening. Now, most of the contender matches from last week are not over, but we do know 3 matches for Philadelphia Freedom. The first being this. Backyard brawl between Destroyer and Blake Bradley. Blake Bradley went to Tim Hortons, and called Destroyer out at Tim Hortons. Did you see any of that, Elvagan?
I did. That's just funny.
That is funny. I have to get that was very funny. Destroyer accepted the challenge of Blake Bradley for a backyard brawl match at Philadelphia Freedom. You know, I'm always amazed when someone who knows that they're going to have a big match, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But Blake has a bigger match on this card at Philadelphia Freedom, yet he wanted to call out Destroyer as well. Talk to me about, what do you think Blake's mindset was here?
I think Blake's mindset is that he thinks he's goddamn invincible, and it doesn't matter how many people he's facing, he's just going to slap the shit out of all of them. Have you ever talked to the man?
No, I mean, you have a point. I can't argue that.
And here's the worst part. There's a non-zero chance he's right.
Well, he's shown that he can. There's no doubt about it. So that match will be happening at Philadelphia Freedom, as well as a Fubar City title match. It will be the immortal Griffith Davian defending against the Teflon Sheik.
Again. It's been a while since we've seen this one, though.
We haven't seen this one for a while, but for me, this is kind of, we didn't think we'd ever see Teflon Sheik back in RAWF. He was banned for life, but then he got out of it, got some lawyers together,
and this is his reward.
Yeah, well, that's one way to look at it. On the other hand, Griff could trip on a banana peel. Teflon Sheik could fall on him, and his return to RAWF would be kind of complete.
I mean, sure, that could happen.
I'm just saying. I trust that Griff is going to beat the tar out of Teflon Sheik. But it's an anything goes where anything can happen. So I'm not saying I'm not confident in Griff's ability. I just worry about the miracle factor, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
But, Sheik, has Sheik ever been, Sheik has been Fubar City champion. I'm almost certain of it at some point.
I don't know. He's had several belts, but I don't recall which, to be honest.
No. Holy cow, he has never been.
He's been Superstars, I think. He's been World.
Yes.
He's been. Oh, what else has he been?
I want to say he's been national. He's been national.
National. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. He's been Midnight Hobo. Granted, it was only for 14 days. But never Fubar City. No, well. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we have. Or I'm sorry, we have one other match, and this one's kind of big because it's the main event of Philadelphia Freedom for the World Heavyweight Championship. It will be the Paragon of Greatness defending against Blake Bradley. What are your initial thoughts upon knowing now what this match is going to be?
I'm having a hard time pulling against Big Purple. I think he's been doing a lot, proving a lot. I think he intends to keep this belt for a really long time. That being said, as I've said, as I said in his match to get this match, Blake is hungry. He has something to prove, and while people may not like it, he's kind of due. I think this is going to be a hell of a match, and I think for this run, it might be the hardest fight Paragon has had to date.
I can't disagree with that. I can't. I mean, as much as we look at the opponents he's had Eva, he's had Killa, and then who did he defend against before that? Because he won the title. Let me take a look here. It was STB. So, yeah. STB.
And I think this is going to be a tougher match than the STB one. I don't mean, when I say that, I don't mean like the other matches were cake. They were not.
Right.
I just think Blake is hungrier than it, and that's saying something because we know STB is hungry to get it back. Blake is hungry to get it ever.
And this will be only his second opportunity ever at the RAWF World Heavyweight Championship. So, should be a very, very interesting match. We should hear from the Paragon of Greatness in just a little bit. But yeah, that's all we know for Philadelphia Freedom. All the other contender matches still ongoing. And we should know more next week on who will be squaring off against who. No rankings tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Still too early in the period. So there is that. Let's see. But yeah, Philadelphia Freedom coming to you live in just a little less than a month. Looking forward to it very much. One of the greatest paper. It kind of finishes off the hecticness of Immortal and Radiversary. Those are the two most hectic pay-per-views. This is kind of the start of the okay, now I can just sit back and do regular ownership stuff, if you know what I'm saying.
I do.
To quote Randy.
Randy. It is infectious, isn't it?
It is. I find myself saying it a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I find it.
It's got that right amount of sleaze. It's just.
What's that?
It's got that right amount of sleaze to it, you know.
Oh, I thought you said something about writing on my sleeve. I'm like, no, I don't write it on my sleeve.
No, you wear your heart on your sleeve. That's different.
That's true. All right. So, with all of that being said, let's. I suppose we can go ahead and start talking to some folks. Let's see here. Well, now that we know what the main event is at Philadelphia Freedom, let's bring on the man himself, the World Heavyweight Champion here in RAWF. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Once upon a time, an abomination. He walked on water and he conquered nations. Could have ruled forever, but he lost his patience. Look at me now, paragon of greatness. First of the fallen and last of the old gods. No use fighting because you can't beat those cold odds. Beginning of time and the end of days. Civilizations crumble under his gaze. Alpha and Omega, the wrath of the God King. Paragon of greatness, about to pin you in that ring. Once upon a time, an abomination. He walked on water and he conquered nations. Could have ruled forever, but he lost his patience. Look at me now, paragon of greatness. Eons ago, before time existed, they lived in the heavens and the rain persisted.
Ladies and gentlemen, the P to the O to the G. The Paragon of Greatness is here. Good evening, Paragon.
I swear to God, they never learn. They're ungrateful. They don't appreciate the thing. Hey, Amadeus, how you doing? We got a hell of a main event set up, don't we?
We okay. I have no idea. Yes, we do, and right there it is. It is you and Blake Bradley for the World Heavyweight Championship at Philadelphia Freedom, and it's not your brother. So are you more relieved that it's not Killa, or are you more disappointed that it's not Killer?
Oh, I personally, and I covered this last week. I personally am. I don't know if happy is the right word, but I believe that Blake Bradley was the better option of the two. Not to say that Blake Bradley is an easier match. I don't think that that's necessarily true, but I've I've gone to great lengths to explain my position on Killa Neptune challenging me for the World Heavyweight Championship. I just don't think that I am the guy for him to be fighting. However, Blake Bradley, I am absolutely unequivocally the guy for him to be challenging. Uh, it's weird. I've spent years and years in this company, and there's a lot of narratives and stories that, for the longest time, all roads lead to Griffith. That's the final boss of a given person's story, and he is the absolute best of all time. And I think that we all have recognized that. But there have been a lot of people in this modern day and time that I feel like they've been doing a lot of chasing after greatness. Uh, Griffith has kind of taken a little bit of some relaxation time, and it's allowed for some people to really have an axe to grind with myself. And I think that Simply the Best and Blake Bradley are two people that, while they very much disdain other immortals, they would love nothing more than to take that title from me specifically, given all of the rankings battles we've had. The kind of, how would I put this? Catty behind the scenes things that have been going down, the words that are spoken. I think that these guys do not like Captain Nice Guy. They think that there's something sinister underneath the surface. They don't believe that it's genuine. They see me and they see something fake. They see something that represents the opposite of what they are. And I think that this story, given how many times Blake Bradley has gotten just to the show and then turned around by me, I think that I am the perfect opponent for Blake Bradley to win that World Heavyweight Championship. Do I think he's going to do it? I mean, I've had a good run. I'm not going to say that I'm necessarily going to lose anytime soon, but at this point, I could be happy if I did, and I would be happy, as much as it pains me to say, I would be happy to see Blake take that victory as well. I think that El Vacant covered it earlier. He's absolutely due. That being said, also screw that guy, and I'm going to put maximum effort in. Blake Bradley is not going to walk into Philadelphia and have an easy night. I very much intend to head home, still world heavyweight champion, and continue on for as long as this ride will take me until the wheels fall off. I've got a lot of things going on behind the scenes. I've said it a lot of times. Kind of successfully running through the best stretch of my professional career while in the worst stretch of my personal life. The wheels are getting real rickety. I'm not going to lie to you, but I am going to ride this thing until they fall off. You can go ahead and mark it down right now. Paragon of Greatness, walking out of Philadelphia Freedom, and still.
Wow. That you almost sound more confident than I've heard you in your previous opponents. This one is you do seem relieved that it was not Killa, and that you can focus on Blake Bradley. Is that because you might have had? Well, I don't know about Eva, but I don't know. I'm not sure. El Vacant, you have any questions for Paragon?
Nope, sir. As usual, he covers everything and leaves me no room to ask questions.
You really need we need to work on this. There's got to be something you
I
can.
always have 4 or 5 questions waiting for him, and then before I get to speak, he answers them.
Okay, fair.
Fine, I've got a question for you. Hey, Big Purple, if you were no longer contractually allowed to wear purple or teal, what color would your singlet be?
Well, funny enough, the Immortal Griffith once stole my mask from me after a match, and I wore black with a red mask for a while.
See, there we go. And he had an answer.
Look, I could start going all Uncle Frank on this. Just show up and kind of grunt for a while until El Vacant gets his questions out.
Yeah, maybe
No,
next.
it's fine. It's fine. I actually like the fact that you are a very informative champion. We've had other champions whose, the idea of giving an interview was fuck off. So, this is better.
I mean, better yet, I could just go Luigi Mario. Ass! Does that help?
Oh, that would work. That would work.
There you go.
There's another name you haven't heard in forever.
All right.
I miss that guy. That guy ruled.
I don't even have his music anymore, so can't even play that in remembrance of him. But all right. Well, Paragon. With that being said, you have made it to the semifinals of the semifinal. One match away from the finals of the Xanther the Platinum. Right now, you're in a bit of a fight with Joe Boo, but this is the furthest you've ever made it in the tournament.
Absolutely, and win, lose,
everything's coming up Paragon.
Win, lose, or draw, it's a great position to be in because there's a lot of money already coming out that's going to go to some very great causes, and I'm just being a part of this tournament. Every year is always a huge honor. To get this far for the first time ever, of course, I'm very thrilled about that, both as a competitor and as somebody who knows that I can do a lot of great work with the prize money already accrued. Joe Boo is absolutely fiercely fighting right now. If I somehow make it past Joe Boo, we do have I mean, could you have scripted a finish to the Xanther tournament better than Paragon of Greatness versus Simply the Best?
Well, yes and no. Because I would have liked to see Sassy versus STB. No offense to you, or no, just to see if she can go for a third, or can STB. One of them would win. Either she'd win her third one, or he'd win his second one. So,
that's actually a good point. Also, I would like to say, winning the tournament or not, an incredible achievement to myself personally, defeating Sassy in this tournament. I felt like going into this tournament, there were going to be 2 winners of this tournament, whoever beat Sassy Applebee's and whoever won the tournament. One down. Let's see if I can get to the other one.
Well, you're still in it. We'll find out. Hopefully, we should know by next week if you are indeed in the finals of the Xanther. See, even I found something else to ask you, El Vacant.
Well, we still have something on the table here. El Vacant, why don't you go ahead and ask about my boxing match here?
Oh, we're going back to that? Sure. So yeah, we're having round 2 apparently of the boxing match. We have the wrong number of ropes for boxing, just so you know. You're supposed to have 3 for boxing, 4 for wrestling. I'm just saying we might want to take a rope down when they box. But first of all, why would you say yes again? I just don't understand why. Why are you doing this?
A couple of weeks ago, I think you've heard my overall thesis going into this year. I want to platform people that I guess at this point don't even deserve the the platform, but the general idea was to give some people a real spotlight. Unfortunately, as we're seeing with Ken Costa out in the chat, and we've seen just at Rativersary with Soul Reaper, people are being a little bit ungrateful for the gift that they're being given. Soul Reaper couldn't just let it stand that he went toe-to-toe with the world heavyweight champion and came out in a draw. He had to take matters into his own hands, and by matters, I mean a steel chair, and attack me. So he wanted a rematch. He wanted to make some sort of proof of himself that as a performer with a boxing background, somebody that genuinely knows what they're doing in that sport, maybe he was embarrassed that he was provably and easily losing that match to somebody who has no experience as a boxer. So I'm going into Superstars tomorrow, and I know that there was a lot of confusion last week. Were we gonna do it last week? Were we gonna do it this week? Was it gonna be in a steel cage? Was it gonna be just a standard boxing match? And I'm here to say that I'll punch him on a train. I'll punch him on a plane. I'll punch him in the brain. I'll punch him in the nose. I'll punch him at all the shows. I'll punch him everywhere he goes. I'll punch him when he's sick. I'll punch him. I will not kick. I will punch him in the jaw.
All right, thank you, Dr. Parasus.
Dr. Parasus. All right. Well, that happens tomorrow right here in Charleston, West Virginia. The rematch, Soul Reaper versus Paragon of Greatness in their boxing match. But once again at Philadelphia Freedom, Paragon of Greatness defends the World Heavyweight Championship against Blake Bradley. And usually, what's funny is usually you're the one, Paragon, that's involved in multiple matches. Blake will be, and you might still be. Who knows? It's quite possible. But because we've got a long time to go. But what are your thoughts on Blake Bradley taking such a dangerous match against Destroyer on the same night he's getting the opportunity at your World Heavyweight Championship?
I would be much more inclined to think that Blake Bradley only has one real match on a night if it wasn't a match that he elected to take. I think if Blake Bradley qualifies for any other title matches, those matches, that champion can feel relieved because Blake's got a lot of focus going in one direction. There's something that has mattered to him for a very long time. He continues to get denied at the post, get the old Mutombo finger just before he's able to win the World Heavyweight Championship. He's not going to be backing down. But it is interesting that he took an elective match. I don't know if he thinks maybe if he gets himself warmed up, if he gets the blood flowing before the match, that's going to maybe numb him a little bit to the offense that's going on. I'm not sure what the strategy is, and I think that in itself might be the strategy. Blake Bradley is a much, much smarter competitor than people tend to give him credit for. He is not just an incredible athlete, he's great at the mind games. He's great at making you keeping you guessing at all turns. And right now, I am scratching my head. So bravo to Blake Bradley.
All right. Well, Paragon, we wish you best of luck tomorrow against Ken Costa in your boxing match. And with that being said, sir, you have a good night. Get a good night's sleep. And are your boxing gloves purple too?
Of course they are.
Of course they are. What? See, I found several questions I could have asked him. I asked him.
Yeah, they were dumb.
What?
Nothing.
Hey, the question wasn't Soul Reaper, period, so it wasn't completely dumb.
Fair enough.
All right. Thank you, Paragon, for your time. We appreciate you, and we will talk to you again very soon.
Yep, thank you.
I mean, I like his take on the whole Blake Bradley situation for sure.
Although that last part about it makes me boil down to I don't know why the fuck Blake Bradley does anything Blake Bradley does. That was what he said.
That's true.
And I'm right there with them. I don't either.
And of course, it is also an opportunity for the elevated society to get their hands on the World Heavyweight Championship, something they've been wanting for quite a while.
Right, and you'd think the rest of them would be like, dude, what are you doing? Concentrate on that match. But
yeah, so we are, but it's not like it's not common practice for people to want more than one match on a pay-per-view in RAWF. I've never understood it, but they do. So it is what it is. All right.
Masochist, that's why.
Speaking of Soul Reaper and their boxing match tomorrow, let's bring him in and get his side of the story. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Dark winds blow through the night. Ravens scream an eerie sight. Shadows dance in the moon's pale light. Soul Reaper walks no respite. Cloak of dread he wears so tight. Eyes like fire in the darkest night. Whispers echo, hearts in fright. Soul Reaper's call, no end in sight. Cloak of dread he wears so tight. Eyes like fire in the darkest night. Whispers echo, hearts in fright. Soul Reaper's call, no end in sight. He takes the lost, no remorse. Guides them on their final.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Celtic Nightmare, the Soul Reaper. Good evening, Reaper.
How'd you like the new RAWF production truck I had designed for you?
It was very nice. It was very nice, Soul Reaper. Thank you for doing that. But
Yeah.
no offense, we've got more. We'll talk. We can talk about that
yeah.
some other time. We've got more important things. You've got your rematch tomorrow against the Paragon of Greatness in your
That is
boxing
correct,
match.
yes. But speaking of
So,
that, Paragon, how's your head?
He's not
he
here.
isn't? Oh.
No, he just left.
There he is.
So,
Like I said last week, I may not have ended the way I wanted it to, but I still knocked him out.
I mean,
And I got a question for you. Do you think that's good for you or bad for you?
Maybe both. Because even though it didn't end the way I wanted to, I still kept my word on knocking him out. You could look at it a few different ways there, I guess.
I mean, he does have a point there, but at the same time, it wasn't a W. It wasn't necessarily a W. It wasn't an L either because it was thrown out. But you get your opportunity tomorrow at a rematch, and what happens if it doesn't? If it goes a similar way? Because I mean, let's face it, you were getting your.
If Paragon is up for it to prevent anyone from getting in and nobody from getting out, what do you say about us having it inside the Hell in a Cell structure?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Didn't we mention this last week and you were like, no, I don't want to do something like that?
What got me thinking, he doesn't want, I mean, people, I guess I caught a little flack for having outside help. I figured maybe we prevent that and have it inside the Hell in a Cell structure. That way nobody gets in, nobody gets out either.
So you expect me to get our Hell in the Cell structure from headquarters all the way to Charleston in just less than 12 hours?
Either that or
apparently.
I mean, you may have unless you gave me a truck that flies, that's not happening.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, well, then the only way we would be able to keep Eva out of it, considering what happened at Radiversary, we lock her in a shark cage.
Oh, so now we're going to lock her in a cage.
Maybe.
Wait,
I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
I tell you what we're going to do. You want it in a cage to keep her out, that's fine. We're pushing it to next week.
Actually, no, we'll just keep it like it is. I don't want to have to wait another week for this.
Okay. So, yeah, you don't just throw stuff at me like that without.
Yeah, I
but at any rate,
didn't think about that.
Yeah. So, like I said, unless that truck you brought me flies, literally, that ain't happening. All right. So, but rematch is tomorrow. You versus Paragon in your boxing match, and you heard what he had to say about it. What did you have to say in return?
If it ends cleanly this time, no matter who wins, I will show proper respect. no matter who wins, provided it ends cleanly this time.
All right. Well, we will see.
And also tomorrow, that masked coward that has been attacking me for the past 2 weeks, he's going to be revealed tomorrow.
Oh, the masked man?
Yeah, whoever that masked coward is. I know you're probably somewhere listening to this, or you will listen to it. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Well, you heard it from the Reaper's mouth, ladies and gentlemen. Any more questions for him, I'll make it?
Nope, I'm good.
I might need to buy some of your tacos tomorrow after I
I mean, there's a whole truck. They're not hard to find.
Yeah.
Literally, there's a truck outside every entrance of the arena. Just walk out any door.
How many taco trucks do you have, man?
I have an empire.
Yeah. I might.
RAWF has been very good to me.
Well, guess there's nothing wrong with that.
All right, Reaper. Well, thank you for your time tonight. Unless you had something else you wanted to discuss,
I'm going to get out of here
with
now because I don't want to get caught in the crossfire or whatever's going on with Mabe and that other guy.
That other guy? You mean Ken? The guy you're not allowed to name.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I don't want to get caught in that crossfire because I've felt her wrath before. It does not feel good.
All right. That's never stopped you before, though. But anyways, good night, Reaper.
Good luck.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, goodness. Oh, well, from one from one person to another, we now have the man who will face Billy Gunn for the Midnight Hobo Championship tomorrow on Superstars. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Born in the shadows, raised in the pain, taught by the scars, baptized in the rain. They took my soul, left me hollow inside. Now there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Every scream they gave, every tear I bled, built the monster that they now dread. I'm the beast within, unleashed tonight. No mercy lives where there's no light. Run if you can, but you'll never win. There's no.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ken Costa to the program. Ken, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, hi.
Hola.
How are you tonight, Ken? You excited for your opportunity at the Midnight Hobo Championship? Billy Gunn accepting your challenge. You got to give him kudos. Not a lot of people accept challenges like he would, but apparently he wants to prove himself. So you got to be happy about the opportunity.
No, I'm bored. Real bored.
You're bored at getting a title shot tomorrow.
Okay. Before we go to the big damn talk, first of all, Mr. Soul Reaver, the other guy is Ken Costa, the one who kicked your damn skull hard just to convince his real new way to these stupid fans, to the two guys in the after hours show host anyway. So the next time you say the other guy, you better say the name Ken Costa. It's like a damn easy. Ken Costa. LA, you can say Ken Costa. El Vacant, you can say Ken Costa. Anybody in this damn chat can type or say Ken Costa.
I say Ken Costa all the time.
Anyway, I just want to make a point to that Irish stupid son of a bitch. Anyway, big talk now. You can speak to me about the big coming up. Anyway,
So tomorrow here on Superstars, you will be challenging Billy Gunn for the Midnight Hobo Championship, and I thought you'd be excited. I thought you'd be all fired up and ready to go for tomorrow, but you say you're bored. So now I'm confused.
we can say I'm bored because I'm facing a board champion, the true ass Billy Gunn. But I have my damn reasons.
You have your what?
I have my damn reasons.
Damn reasons. That wasn't hard. It was in English.
Okay.
Excuse me, I am not American, so my
Well,
accent is
I
not gonna
understood
come
you,
up.
and I'm not American either.
Thank you, vacant whole amigo. Anyway, uh, anyway, when it comes to Billy Gunn, a boring, disgusting champion, because when I came down here, I saw him the ultimate gauntlet champion, which okay, title which has rules, which has some tough shit, but anyway, that man, when he was that champion, the ultimate gauntlet champion, he was like not showing up, not even in the backstage in the ring, like all of us. And he called himself a damn champion while he was slaving over his damn title. Anyway, uh, fuck it. Anyway. So then, when it comes to the losing the ultimate gauntlet champion to someone immortal like Griff, and I'm sorry, Immortal, for calling you just Griff. I know your name, the Immortal Griff. I know, but
I mean, he refers to himself as Griff. I think you're fine.
I do not care anyway. Anyway, when he lost that damn title, he felt like he's an empty guy in the big leagues. So once again, he showed up backstage, showed up in the ring, tried to talk, tried to speak, tried to show how tough he is, how great he is, and blah 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 blah. Till he, some way he could return to the rankings, become the 2024 ranking of the year, being number 25 under number 24, which is Ken Costa. Actually, number 24, you can say it's predictable, even with missing like two shows anyway. But however, however, somehow, someway he got his Midnight Hobo title, and once again he becomes a boring champion. So it's simple. I feel bored because I'm facing a boring champion. Anyway, I just want to fuck someone up, and from that way I will have my first title in the RAWF. And this time I won't just promise that I will become the first champion. I will, because I know that these fuckers don't believe it anymore, but think about it. King Costa taking a precious title from a boring, disgusting guy like Billy Gunn. Actually, it's a good deal, so I will do my best to make it happen. So, I'm done.
All right. Um, sounds like you're ready for tomorrow to face Billy Gunn. Uh, does the Midnight Hobo Championship does it hold any special place for you, or is it just a end means to an end for you?
Mhm.
Ken?
Anyway, yeah.
Okay. At any rate, Elvacan, any questions for Ken Costa?
I mean, yeah, I got an overarching question. Look, I have noticed there's been a definite change in your attitude in the last few weeks, and in some ways, in the ring, it's helped you. Like you've been doing pretty well. But on the other hand, like it just seems like you're kind of being an asshole. Like, what's going on? Who pissed in your Cheerios?
Because I'm surrounded by a group of assholes. Trust me, it's
I mean,
just
he's not
them.
wrong there. I have to agree with you there. I've been in the locker room.
So you just want me to act like a good guy between all these assholes? It's like a hard mission for me. Baragon maybe tried like 12 years to make it reality on his damn personality, but me, you can say that I'm tired. I am just tired to act like a good guy, that passionate, that one is making noise, that. Like oh yeah, Kane Costa, the hot momentum talent who's coming to run wild on everyone. It's also kind of boring because look, all these people around there are just a hypocrite damn fuckers. Like like they bully, they lie, they cheat, they can steal, they can kill if they had the chance to, and at the end of the day they are saying, "Oh, fuck cancer awareness, we can make a like 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 I feel that I'm living in a damn world that doesn't shed these people, you know? Like look, you, you can hate King Costa for what he is. And I just love being that King Costa that everyone hates him for being himself, other than loving him for being that another hypocrite fucker like all of them. And oh, you just remind me of a great thing now.
All right. Well, Ken, I wish you luck against Billy Gunn tomorrow. The Midnight Hobo Championship on the line for you, and if it works out for you, you will be going to Philadelphia Freedom to defend that Midnight Hobo Championship there.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Boss, I did not finish. Okay. Like you, I don't know. I feel like you're trying to scare me now because I'm not showing that high voice, noise, passionate voice. Huh?
Say what now?
Well, I can say that I'm not done yet, and you are trying to end this like it's just a guy passing around. But actually, I am not finished, so I just have one more thing, so I can go and leave you do like do your job and so on. May I?
Please.
Thank you, Ross. All good. Anyway, last week I was in this ring saying what I love to say, doing what I love to do, and somehow a guy from the past to me, especially last year, really guilty of freedom. And if you know who I faced last year at Philadelphia Freedom, he's the guy with the name Mark. Mark. And as he is known as Mark, the crew, Mark Caliber. Somehow he just came here trying to be a hypocrite son of a bitch, like Zimossi. But anyway, he wanted a match at Philadelphia Freedom, as he somehow called it the unfinished business. And at this damn moment, I just remembered someone told me something that I now feel it's them right now. And the name is May O'Hare because she told me if you want to end Mark, you should end Winter with him. And I didn't realize that shit until I figured it out and she was damn true. You know, I just hate this bitch, but it's damn true now. So So he made the challenge at Philadelphia Freedom, and right here now in the show live with my voice, I can say that I accept this shit, but on my terms. So, boss, allow me to make you book a new match at Philadelphia Freedom, and it's damn simple. Mark Caliber, Tim Costa, and Kenny wants to end this in the right ways, the damn ways that Mark deserves, because it will be unlike some Irish stupid guy trying to make a hardcore match every show, but this time I am different. This time my my hardcore match will be that kind of art, and I am the artist now. And my art will be exploding barbed wire ring match. Simple.
Barbed wire ring match or barbed
Ex-
wire match.
exploding barbed wire ring match.
Exploding barbed wire match.
Hmm.
Okay. Because what's a good patriotic pay-per-view without exploding barbed wire, right?
Hmm?
No problem.
Thank you, boss. Thank you, Vacant. I had we can say a decent time because I'm not happy at all now. So thank you. Screw you. Goodbye.
Alrighty, that was Ken Costa, ladies and gentlemen, and a little bit of a different side of him than we're used to. No, Vega.
Uh, yes, that was very different.
All right. Well, right now out in the chat, someone is we're getting quite the lively conversation. We might as well bring him on air, and he can say hi to everybody. Say hi to the guy with his voice, ladies and gentlemen. Our reigning Fubar City champion is here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Yoo-hoo! I'll make you famous. The shadow of the moonlight, a figure stands alone, a warrior born. Through the ages, through the pain, his name etched in blood, forever torn. The Lion of London, he roars in the night. No mercy, no weakness, no end in sight. The inevitable rise, the tempest unleashed. Who shall fall when the Kraken's released? Through fire and blood, his hands are stained. He stands alone, with none to restrain. Unstoppable force, a wrath untamed. No kingdom or god can withstand his name. Griffins are beyond the immortal one. Eternal champion, his war's never done. Hunter of monsters, a faction of one. In a world that's broken, he stands with none. The tempest rages, his head held high. An immortal legend that will never die. Through centuries of violence, his name never fades. He fights through the ages, his will never sways.
I am immortal.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is indeed the immortal Griffith, the reigning Fubar City champion. And having words with your opponent at Philadelphia Freedom already, Griff. This is a.
No, I was just talking to Teflon. Well, last I heard, I was facing the mayor of Fubar City, and as we all know, that's D's. I didn't know he got a shot at the title, but I heard it said that I was facing the mayor of Fubar City, and that's D's.
That's true. That is what D's called himself when he was Fubar City champion. So Teflon is kind of like maybe. Well, I mean, it is possible that Sheik won the election over D's.
Well, no, actually, I gotta hold on. What is this right here over my shoulder? What is this?
That's the Fubar City Championship.
So if anyone deposed him as mayor of Fubar City, I would think that would be me. Because I'm the fucking champion last time I looked, you fucking towel-wearing asshole.
So how do you really feel about the Teflon Sheik?
Teflon Sheik is the biggest waste of fucking space we've ever had in the RAWF. He rides everybody's coattails, takes credit for their work, and then sits there and bitches and whines when he never wins a fucking pay-per-view match against the Immortal One. Why? Because he's not only not in my league, he's not in the same goddamn sport.
I mean, I can't argue with that. I cannot argue with that.
Yeah, and you know why you can't argue with it? Because it's true. It's very simple. He's out there trying to say, oh, the last several times I faced him, I beat him. Yeah, none of those were in RAWF pay-per-view matches. None of them were in time frames where I was actually, I don't know, trying to get into a title contention. I mean, Paragon, our world champion himself, has been pointing out that I've been on coast mode since he took the belt from me. And he's right, because that's not where my eyes have been. You know where my eyes have been. Tell him, boss. Where's my attention been since I lost the world championship?
On that Fubar City Championship over your shoulder.
Right? And what's the other thing I've been working for? Let me just point to that naked finger here on this hand. You know, the one with the 3 other fucking rings.
Fair enough.
See, Sheik, you don't fucking matter. What matters is proving once again that I am the best this company and this industry has ever fucking seen. And I will prove it once again when the Godslayers once again become the tag team fucking champions and we earn another spot in the Hall of Fame, and I have an entire hand full of RAWF Hall of Fame rings. You are nothing but a rounding error in the math that is my Tuesday. Get used to it. You don't matter. You will never matter. You are nothing. And come this event, I will prove it again. Like every other time you have had the temerity to step into that ring with me and try to take a belt from me. You are a zero and everything when it comes to title matches with me, Sheik. Why? Because I don't fall down and give them to you like other people.
All right. Obviously, he's gotten under your skin tonight, which I can understand, because that's what Teflon Sheik does.
He's not under my skin tonight. He is a parasite of this company. What bothers me, and it's what people don't understand, he's going to try and act like I'm afraid of him, or he's gotten under my skin, or it's a personal thing. It's not. What bothers me is what he does to this company. Because, you want to talk, Paragon wants to say how he's the blood of this company and all this stuff. I'm the fucking franchise, and I don't say that lightly. We talk about that belt right over there, the Platinum Dragon Trident being the heart and soul of this company. Who named it that, LA?
That was you.
Yeah, and who was holding it at the time?
That was you.
You know why? Because I am the goddamn heart and soul of this company. I have done everything I could ever possibly do to elevate this company. I guess I owe a certain group a quarter because I used the word. But, I've done everything in my power to bring this company up, to help turn it into what it is today. And did I do it on my own? Absolutely not. I've had pillars help me support this and make it grow. People like Mithras, people like Paragon, people like Maeve, people like RA. But you know who's never done that? Who's never helped bring this company up a single goddamn notch? It's fucking Teflon. All he has ever done is pissed on the work other people have done and then try to take credit for it. That's why he's in such low esteem for me. Because of the shit he does to other people. I don't get angry about this level of angry about what people say about me or do to me. I just kick their fucking teeth in for that. No, I get angry when you disrespect the shit I care about, the people I care about. And that is this entire man's life, is dragging everything else down to make himself look better because he can't elevate, which is why I think the name of his little fucking coterie is hilarious.
All right, let's switch gears for a second because you're on the verge of doing something that you haven't done, you hadn't yet accomplished.
Well, obviously, we're not talking about beating Sheik because I do that all the fucking time.
Well, no, we're not talking about Sheik. We're talking about you are on the cusp right now of being the next Radical Rumble champion. Uh, Talk to me about how that experience has been for getting as far as you have and facing Sean Hitman Hurd here in the
Look, I have been trying to win this thing since it got introduced. I got close once and not since, and then this time I've been having a good run. I actually look forward to facing Sean Hurd. He is a hell of an opponent, and I have never had a bad match with that man.
Good. Well, and yeah, you would be. It would, I believe. Yeah, it would be the first time. Yes, it would definitely be the first time. So yeah, looking forward to it. Well, who was the C? You beat who in the last round to get here? Who did you throw out last?
Oh, that some crown wearing Joe something.
Joe something. Joe.
I
Boom?
didn't believe in him. I know that.
No, I believe. Oh my God! Now I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head. Thanks a lot for that. But at any rate, sounds like you're going. This is the most fired up I've heard you in quite a while. So I'm very much looking forward to this match at Philadelphia Freedom between you and Sheik. Elvake, anything you want to ask Griffith?
I'm just wondering if that vein in the side of his head is going to go down anytime soon. Really? Really? I mean, no, really. Look, mirror. It's going. It's there. You see it.
He's right. You do have a vein on the side.
What? Well, look, I get passionate about RAWF. Would you want me to not be passionate about RAWF?
I did not say that. I appreciate it, and I think it's just going to be, and it's not turning me on, but it is turning on certain people in the chat apparently. Of the
look, I'm a sexy beast. What do you want? I mean, did you see the picture you used of me?
You mean the one that's on the screen?
It's me and I'm turned on. And I'm straight.
Yeah, you do look pretty intimidating. And you're wearing a t-shirt. You're wearing a t-shirt, which is unusual.
I mean, I'm wearing one right now.
Yes, you are. But yes, it will be you, Teflon Sheik, for the FUBAR Championship at Philadelphia Freedom, and it's already gotten interesting, to say the least. Any final thoughts?
Hopefully next month I have an opinion. I have an opponent that's worth my time.
All right. Thank you, Griff, for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Immortal Griffith, the FUBAR City Champion. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, a man who could have been
that angry.
A man who could have been his opponent at Philadelphia Freedom, unfortunately lost that contendership match last week. But I'm sure if this guy has just come back, he's getting his feet back, and he's been looking really good. I'm sure he's going to bounce back. Let's talk to the one and only.
He walks in silence, storm in his veins, steel in his eyes, unchained by pain. Scars like metals, carved in flame. They whisper one word, they whisper his name. In every step, a battle cry, born to rise, never die. He strikes like thunder, like flame. In the heat of the fight, he owns the game. He's a dragon in the ring, hear the fire roar. Every hit, every slam shakes the floor. And it's coming like a storm, untamed. No cage can hold what the fire claimed. Warrior's soul, fists ignite. He's burning bright in the...
Ladies and gentlemen, the Golden Dragon himself. He is Kenta. Kenta, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Can everyone hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, so First off, the Golden Dragon would like to apologize for everyone that I couldn't secure the victory against the Teflon. You guys told me that he was a cunning man, but I didn't listen that very much. He took advantage of my neck and he took advantage of my legs. It was a pretty hell of a match, if I say so myself, but no, I couldn't do it. My legs gave out on me in the last moments of the match, and I fell unconscious. The chi, he really, the Teflon really picked me apart piece by piece. So for that, I am very sorry for everyone who believed in me.
Well, Kenta, I mean, I would have loved to have seen you in that Fubar City title match with the Immortal Griffith, but not it was not to be. But I am sure you can get back into the title picture very easily. You've been on a really great run since your return, and I have a feeling this will be a learning experience for you.
Yes, this is just a minor setback for the Golden Dragon's golden future ahead of him. Speaking of title contenderships, I'm still in the top 25, am I not?
You are still officially in the top 25, yes.
And I am on painkillers right now, so I'm very, very, how should I say, high at the moment. And I am feeling...
Well, at least he's honest.
I'm feeling a little reckless, and as the Unstoppable Universe know, Kenta and substances don't mix very well, and he's gonna say some stupid shit. And right now I'm feeling a little reckless. So can I use my call out on a title shot?
You can use a call out on a title shot. Yes, you can. You have that. I mean, that is a perk of being in the top 25 now. And as you know, though, that you can call it a champion, but that champion does not have to accept the challenge.
Oh, well, I'm laying out a challenge anyway. I want a shot at the Platinum Dragon Championship.
Whoa!
Golden Dragon evolves to Platinum Dragon Champion. How about that?
You like what he did there.
I like what you did there, and that's a huge call out right there. And I know DW was here, at least she was, for a bit, but you probably should message her or make a scene and invite her to it so that she knows that you've made this call out, and if indeed she answers it, we can have that match hopefully sometime, possibly next week. But DW does have to accept the challenge first.
All right, the Golden Dragon understands very well.
But yeah, that's a good call out.
Let me take my meds. I need them because again, Sheik really busted my throat and my legs.
And those are doctor prescribed, right? I don't have to. Right?
The Golden Dragon would not like to disclose that.
I won't press it any further.
I just want to say that I got them from Des Bryan, so if anything happens to me, it's on Des Bryan.
You should have told me you got it from Dr. Kent. That's what you should have told me. But that's all right.
Kent is not a He's not a medical doctor. He's a PhD holder.
I don't. Oh shoot! But all right. So an official call out to DW Diesel Warrior for her Platinum Dragon Championship. Will she accept the challenge from Kenta? Well, I'm sure she'll let me know. But at any rate, good call. Elvake, anything you'd like to ask Kenta while he's here?
Yeah, have you apologized to Griff yet for losing that match?
Yes, he just did.
I mean, like in person, like not just with a wall between you, because like he's not the most forgiving guy.
The Golden Dragon shall do it. I will also give him a little plushie, as you've known or seen that I have made plushies of everyone in Wrestling Subway.
Oh, actually, I hear he's a big fan of plushies.
Then
He
the
is?
plushie shall be sent to him
Wait.
as an apology.
Have you made an Amadeus plushie yet?
Do you want one?
Yeah.
I haven't put you on the list yet, but no, yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I want
get onto it. Yes.
I'm always up for free art. That's why I never charge for art when I do it. So at any rate, thank you, Maeve. If you could post that in the RAWF Discord, I'd appreciate it. All right. At any rate, was there anything else, Kenta, that you wanted to discuss now that you've called out DW?
I think I'm done. I still need to rest.
All right.
I need to heal up for I think tomorrow, Superstars.
Yes, tomorrow.
Yes.
Who's my opponent? I'm looking at Toxic Megatron Avenger is your opponent tomorrow.
That's a mouthful.
It is.
That's enough from me. LA. El Vacant. Am I correct?
Me.
Did I say that right? Did I go?
Oh yeah, you got it. Right? You're good.
All right. So it's enough about me. Back to you, LA.
All right, thank you, Kenta. That was the Golden Dragon, ladies and gentlemen.
Everyone.
You stay golden, absolutely. I always stay golden. My hair is always perfectly golden.
It's his golden hair. Golden hair.
It really sucks that we can't play that song anymore. But at any rate. So I think that'd be a great matchup, DW versus Kent for the Platinum Dragon Championship.
I want to see it. I'm here for it.
I do. I would love to see, and call-outs are getting we're getting a few, more and more call-outs as the time goes. So I'm loving what's going on. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk to the first class Lash. She's around here somewhere. Let's get her in here to discuss. Well, I'm not sure what we'll talk about, but it's Maeve. We gotta have her.
In the town where the shadows breathe, there's a name you won't ever speak. Molly Malone, she walked alone. Her footsteps echo cold as stone. They said she cursed the midnight air with a heart too broken to repair. A wrong soul left in the dust. Now they whisper that's what she gets for trust. She was the ghost they couldn't save. A restless heart, a silent grave. Every word was a fleeting dream. Every prayer a twisted scream.
Ladies and gentlemen, Maeve O'Hare is here. Good evening, Maeve.
Good evening again, Bossman. Good evening again, Vacant.
Oh, hi.
Is it a full moon?
It must be.
There's so much idiocy going on out there, and I don't know what to make of it. So I'm gonna just go down my list, and if I don't talk shit to you, it's only because I don't care enough. But let me start with I don't even want to say the main offender, because that gives him too much credit. Ken Costa were on here earlier, and in the 817 different ways he repeated himself, he said something about folks hating him. Ken, laddie, if no one else is going to tell you this, then Maeve O'Hare's telling you this right now. No one hates you because you're not important enough. You are smaller than a comma. You are as insignificant as a cough. No one cares enough to hate you. The reason that we don't want to listen to you talk is because you say the same thing over and over again, and then you take stuff out of context. You say that people are talking shite about you when they're not. So if you want to ask the question, yes, Maeve O'Hare is talking shite about you right now. I hope it makes you happy. Moving on. My match tomorrow. Let's talk about that, boss man.
Your match tomorrow.
I have one. I heard Randy say my name.
Yes, Tigers. You're taking on Tigers tomorrow.
You just got a whole bevy of redheads that you line me up against, don't you, boss man?
It's not me. Talk to Randy.
Mm-hmm.
When did we stop blaming Randy?
Possible that he did it for my sake.
I mean,
that's true. He is your buddy, and he knows how much you like it. You like redhead on redhead violence.
I do. It's great.
But anywho, yes, you're facing Tigers tomorrow. That should be a good matchup. You have any thoughts on that?
I mean, it's always interesting to face Tigress. I feel like oftentimes she and I are talking at cross purposes. I feel like we're having two different levels of conversation. I'm not sure what to attribute that to, or rather I am, but I don't want to say it because it's rude, and my mom always told me I shouldn't be rude. A Destroyer's saying that I'm moist making. You know, I've had a lot of compliments paid me, and that's not one I've heard yet. So thank you, Destroyer. Appreciate that. Kenta, can you stop taking those pills for a few seconds? Just long enough for me to thank you kindly for the plushie that you made me, and for me to request that when you give English his, you give me a second one so I can have a little Godslayer's plushie set for my shelf. I'll put it there with all my other souvenirs and trinkets and such. But I do appreciate it. I always like a good gif. And I thought it was cute. Jer made me a calendar page, which was also cute as kittens, so appreciate that. I know he ain't out there, but I wanted to thank him for that anyway. Let's see, I already talked about the This Is the Way tournament. Godslayers are top of the tag rankings, as well we should be. I feel like I'm missing something. There's something like right at the tip of my tongue, and I can't quite get there. What is it that I wanted to say?
How handsome I am?
Oh, Vacant, you know what to think of you. I don't need to say that.
That's fair
enough. How's things going with Susulu?
It's you're right. I tried English, I tried Gaelic, I tried German. I don't know any of the Nordic languages, so if Vacant or English or Isildur wants to come and help me with that, I don't know if maybe that would do any good. I feel like the match itself is going well, but this is why he weren't defeated and still ranked this low, because he won't say a word. He doesn't even grunt. It's truly bizarre. I'm starting to think it's like in the Hunger Games where they like cut out folks' tongues. I'm not reaching into his mouth to find out if he has a tongue before anyone suggests it, by the way.
No, I wasn't going to.
I mean, I wasn't gonna.
I didn't say you two were gonna, but I know how those folks out in the green room are. They got filthy minds.
And since they aren't here tonight, and there is still a distinct possibility you will be facing them at Philadelphia Freedom for the Multimedia Championship. Of
course I've got something to say to Enigma. I've always got something to say to Enigma. They make it so easy. I made a promise last week when I found out what my rankings championship match were. Contendership. That's the word I want. It's hard because Vacant knows how it is when you got to translate everything into English before you say it. I had my contendership match against Sisudio, whatever his name is. But I made a promise that I were going to go after the multimedia title, and I'm going to take it. And I'm going to do more with it than Enigma ever has, despite all of their vast promises to the contrary. I mean, you can't even show up for the radio show. What kind of multimedia champion are you? It's disappointing. But yeah, we're going to do multimedia Maeve. It's going to be video, audio, visual, written. I might figure out how to do something in like Morse code. Who knows? It's all going to be a surprise. Everything's going to be great. And you might say, oh, but Maeve, you haven't even won your contendership match yet. How can you make all of these promises about a title that you don't even know if you're going after? Because it's a promise from me to you. I'm going to beat Sasulu. I'm going to beat Enigma. I'm going to take the multimedia title, and I'm going to make it interesting. I'm going to make it fun. I'm going to make it exciting, and I'm going to make you a Minta Money Boss man. What more can you want?
I want it. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see that. I would love to see that. I mean, I definitely would want to see you face Enigma in Philadelphia Freedom for the most part.
Destroyer, I got opinions on that, and I won't bring it up on air because it's neither here nor there. But I did promise that there were going to be sides of Maeve that you'd never seen before that you're going to see when a multimedia champion.
Oh wait, what? Huh? No, hey, hold on. What do you mean by that? I mean, I don't kink shame, but that sounds a little.
I just mean that you're going to see
She
a side.
would not be the first wrestler to have an OnlyFans page. Leave her alone.
I'm not going to have an OnlyFans page. My dad would skin me alive.
Oh, Harley fans, I like it.
I'm just saying that you're going to see parts. You're going to see a part of my personality you've never seen before. I thought the filthy minds were out there. I see that they're in here too.
Is that what the kids call it these days? Personality? Okay. Anyway.
I mean, I'm sorry that you're suffering from a dearth of it yourself, apparently, that you don't know personality when you see it.
I'm just kidding. Hey, I'm just kidding. I don't.
It's like the jokes write themselves.
Yeah. I just couldn't help myself.
We don't kink shame, Sibel. We do sometimes kink ask why.
Usually the question is, but why though?
Some folks around here like to kink judge. This is not the same as having a judge kink, which I don't want to know about if any of you have one, because I certainly don't need to know about it. Let's see.
We hear it tastes different.
I have heard that. I don't want to know any more than that. I've heard that it tastes different. And that's really just all that we need to say there. I do miss Judgy. I hope that at some point he figures out where the new studio is, because I do like hearing his interviews. He always hits us with something that I'm not expecting.
I just picture that like every week Judge shows up to the old studio and just wanders around trying to find everybody.
Oh, that's sad. I hope not.
I hope not too. That is really sad just to picture him just like standing there like, why did they change the locks? But no, whatever you do, Bossman, though, don't tell Judgy that they make exploding barbed wire, because that's the last thing we need him getting his hands on.
Oh, Lordy. Yeah, you got a point. Especially
I was going to say, I'm surprised you're not still paying the bill from a couple of years ago.
That reminds me. Now that you bringing him up and reminding me what time of year it is, and if we don't find him, someone else has got to take over the fireworks display.
Shouldn't that be, I don't know, the multimedia champion?
But I won't be the multimedia champion until after the pay-per-view.
I don't think it matters which champion does it. It's that it's the champion.
I wouldn't trust Enigma with a sparkler, much less a whole fireworks display.
That's fair, honestly.
Oh,
there are many things, but they ain't bright.
Wait a minute. Like I could trust Judge with a sparkler any better than him?
You're the one who made that choice, not me. I told you multiple times. You also kept trusting him with a credit card. You see how that went?
He is a blonde.
What can I say? And Judge, wherever you are, we hope you're doing well.
You know, thinking on it, Wildfire might be the person to talk to.
It's in her name. I mean, she's Australian, so she probably doesn't know much about a 4th of July.
She's not Australian. She's from New Zealand. Don't you dare say she's from Australia. I'm not gonna stay in this room if you're gonna say that.
No, you're right.
She'll come kill you.
I apologize. My bad.
That would yeah. Don't start the Aussie stuff. Yeah.
I tried to stop him, Wildy. I really did. Speaking of happy birthday, I believe your birthday were yesterday, so happy birthday. Let's see, is there anything else that I need to talk about? Um, let's see, I've talked about my match, I've talked about my title match, I've talked about my future plans as multimedia champion, I've talked about This Is the Way, talked about the tag titles that we're going to be taken off of, oh, who's that? Enigma and their worthwhile partner. Yeah, about that.
That's that Joe guy again, right?
If only we should be so lucky. No, I'm not. I know that it comes across as me being really cocky and saying, "Oh, I'm going to take this belt and I'm going to take that belt," but the plain, simple fact of the matter is, neither Enigma nor Jobu has the skill to keep me away from something that I want. And right now, I want the multimedia title and I want the tag titles back. Simple as.
All right.
And just to prove him wrong, because he was out there earlier saying that I would never mention him by name. Teflon Sheik is the absolutely worst person I've ever had the misfortune of working with in this company, and he deserves nothing but bad things, and I can't wait to watch my tag partner rip him apart. Good night, folks.
That was indeed the lovely Maeve O'Hare. She had a lot to say tonight, that's for sure, and always glad to hear her when she's fired up. Boy, there must be a full moon tonight, El Vacant.
Yeah, apparently.
All right, from one Hall of Famer to another, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Hit the dirt, stealing my stare. Six-pack of engines, I don't fight fair. Rattlesnake blood running through my veins. Mess with the best, you be feeling the pain. I'm a renegade, born of all, raised on rage. Knuckles up, I set the stage. Drinking beer and kicking pain. Ain't no cage can hold my name. Redneck Avenger, don't need no crown. You best believe I run this town. From back road bars to the square circle, ain't no rules when I raise this hurdle. I don't tap out, I don't back down. You cross my line, you're going down.
Ladies and gentlemen, R.A., the Redneck Avenger, and RAWF calendar guy this month here on the RAWF homepage, along with
And we're back to OnlyFans.
and along with his tag team partner, Davila, the Redneck.
Oh man,
woman.
I'm finding the frog's hair.
How you doing tonight, R.A.?
Been a good last couple of weeks for the good old boy. Oh, let's see.
Oh yeah, talk to me about it. Tell me
people
what's
can
been
say
up.
what they want to about Blake Bradley, and everybody got their opinions. But yeah, exactly. But you got to say though, he is tougher than woodpecker lips, and I managed to put him on his back twice. So,
Damn.
why yes?
Were these
Matter
in
of fact,
rank-
one of them
were
was-
these in
was for a
RAWF
belt.
rankings matches?
So, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Duh, you are the Anything Goes champion. How could I forget?
And one of them, we were here. One of them was in RFC. Griff made a whole big point out of how it was the match of the night.
Yeah,
and how
it
it was
was
a comeback from behind win.
It was something else. I mean, his ankle may never be the same, but woo, my shoulder took a hard lick on that, and I do it. And shout out to Destroyer. It was nice whenever you cranked him in the head with that belt. It certainly didn't. And I had things in hand, but that certainly didn't hurt things. And it is Anything Goes. So welcome to RAWF. But it was a great day to be a good old boy. And oh man, I just popped open a beer. It's nice. It's cold. It's refreshing. And well, it's cold and refreshing. So I can't complain one bit. Looking forward to some Philadelphia Freedom as it's coming along in line. You know, it's one of my favorite shows. So, see, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how that
go ahead.
shapes.
Sorry.
I think there's going to be some good fights going on there.
Oh, there's already some good fights planned. Have you not been listening to the show?
I was out for a bit and I had to join up late, so I'm gonna have to catch some of it on replay. But
so I'll give you the gist of it. There's only 2 title matches signed for Philadelphia Freedom. One of them is the main event, the World Heavyweight Championship on the line, the Paragon of Greatness defending against Blake Bradley.
That'll be an interesting fight.
And so that will be an interesting fight. But the one that's been really causing a biggest stir tonight is the Fubar City title match between the Immortal Griffith
I'm going to bring
and
a
the
whole
Teflon
six-pack
Sheik.
for that one.
That's what we're looking at right now as far as the Philadelphia Freedom. Then of course Blake Bradley will also be taking on Destroyer in a backyard brawl. But Philadelphia Freedom. First of all, congratulations on the Anything Goes Championship. And that was a huge win for you indeed at Radiversary. So do not know when or if you. Okay, I don't. Eventually, you will get a contender. I don't know if it'll be a Philadelphia Freedom.
That's all right.
Per se, but
you got a little time. Get back to that Fubar City thing. That's going to be kind of fun because bless his little heart in the most southern way possible. Teflon Sheik talks more shit than a tidy bow man. This is going to be fun to watch.
Wow. That's a colorful term, sir.
Well, that's the truth.
I don't even know where to go with that.
I don't either.
Yeah.
It absolutely is true.
We'll have be about a 6-pack at ringside, and I'm just going to go watch that one and just enjoy it. Maybe might even have some popcorn. Fred can pop some popcorn.
Let's see. Tomorrow, your opponent on Superstars is Kayla the Governess here in Charleston. So,
she is no slouch.
That'd be a fairly tough opponent.
She has been a storied champion for many years. I mean, her and Kane have been together, and she is a very formidable opponent. And anybody that sleeps and they're facing her, they're doing themselves a disservice. There's going to be a fight.
Yeah, indeed, it's going to be a fight as it was. But Philadelphia Freedom is always. I know it has been special for you. It is the 4th of July celebration that we do here every year. But I also know that it's caused you some issues in the past.
I had an interesting journey. Let's just call it that. I think that was the last one. We'll call it that.
Yeah.
So
we'll call it that.
I'm sure this is the first Confederate general that you've ever spoken to, and that's okay.
Well, I better you than anyways. Better Confederate general than other things. But oh goodness. So with that being said, anyone in particular you'd like to face at Philadelphia Freedom? For that Anything Goes Championship,
choose
your own opponent, who would that be?
That's a hard choice to make, There's some really good opponents. I saw somebody that was down at ringside. I ain't made any decisions yet, but I'm gonna keep my eyeball peeled. But there's somebody that's in the lead.
Well, I mean, I don't think that would have to be up to Cougs whether you could make a decision like that, because I think that would, if you were to want to do that, you would have to discuss.
You know me,
Cougs.
I'll fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. So this is gonna be fun.
Indeed. Oh goodness. So how's everything over there at the ranch? How's old
Oh,
what's his face?
Hank's
Hank.
working
I ain't
on
heard from
getting
Hank
Bobby
for a
to
while.
normal school. So he's still hanging around here. Hank, you around? Unless you're bringing beer, I'm not really around. Fair enough. Fair enough. How about you, Carl? I'm eating a little bit of popcorn with mustard. Carl, you always were strange. You know, I need to go get the Kaiser blade. No, you just leave that over in the corner. All right. Oh my. Kind of gave him a little bit of a night off. A little bit. They've been working so hard for so many years. Kind of give them a little free reign so they can spend time with their families and do things that are important. So it's been a little bit quiet here lately. Walker and Texas Ranger. Walker went to UT, and then Texas Rangers is going to go to A&M. So I'm about to have a civil war in my house. So that's been, yeah, man. They done growed up. Y'all got to watch them grow up over many years.
Say that again. Sorry, Art.
I feel old.
I hate watching people grow up. Because
Yeah,
that
and I
means
always
I'm
wondered
just...
why hangovers hurt more than they used to. Yep. It's exactly that.
Yeah.
But the I guess they're gonna have a match over a case of Dr. Pepper or something. But
Sounds good. And well, I'll have to stop by and have a beer with you sometime. I've been meaning to get over there, have a couple beers with you, and shoot the shit about old times. Because tell you what, all these people
yes,
coming
it
back from
does,
the old
and
days,
it's been a
it
welcome
makes
sight.
you
Kind of
reminisce, don't it?
stirring the pot back up. Some old names that we hadn't seen in a long time. Old names with the new presence, and some of them I like better than others. But I'm glad to see all of them because it breathes in a little bit of new life to the whole world, the W world, and it's really nice to see. And some of them I enjoy re-whooping their asses.
Yes,
So,
it is.
Always welcome for that.
Indeed. The good old days. There's some people haven't
Yeah.
shown up that we miss, like Pebs and whatnot. But it is what it is.
And
Not
that's all right.
everybody's destined to return. So, all right, buddy. Well, unless you had something else to go
I think
talk
you can
about,
stick
I
a
think
fork
we're
in
about
it.
done for the
But
evening.
it was
What do
a
you
lot of fun.
say? I think we'll do just that. Thank you, RA, for your time. You're welcome here anytime, as you know. And we'll see
Why,
you
thank
down
you,
the
good
road.
sir.
And good luck tomorrow against Kayla the Governess. All right. That was the Redneck Avenger, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, Philadelphia Freedom has always been an interesting card for him, L Vacant. Just for the things that. And I don't. You still there, L Vacant?
It's up his alley. It's very RA branded.
Yes, very much so. So, with that being said, I think we're about done for this evening. Reminder, everybody, Superstars tomorrow. What we have on tap, the main event, Destroyer defending the RAWF Superstars Championship against Vex. I don't know if she knew that before she came to the show, so I'm telling her now. Destroyer defending her Superstars title against Vex tomorrow here in Charleston. She did not know that. Yeah. Let's. I'll give a recap here. So main event here in Charleston tomorrow. Live, we have on tap a Fubar City street fight between the Teflon Sheik and Joe Boo. We have a Midnight Hobo Championship match between the Badass Billy Gunn and Ken Costa. And in the main event, it will be Destroyer defending the Superstars title against Vex. Got held up at the liquor store. Well,
At least you didn't hold up the liquor store.
that's what I was going to say that. Quit stealing my lines.
Too slow.
Yeah, apparently. So at any rate, ladies and gentlemen, with all of that being said, thank you for listening to us here live or listening to us on the replay on YouTube. And with that being said, El Vacant, any final thoughts?
Yeah, don't take any wooden nickels. But if you have a bunch of real nickels, feel free to spend them at the taco truck.
Because we can't spend pennies anymore, apparently.
No, those pennies aren't real. They're like birds.
Ladies and gentlemen, good night. We will see you all next week right here on RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network.
Lights flash, the fire ignites. We rise as warriors in the night. Steel hearts, unbreakable pride, marching on with freedom as our guide. Hear the roar of 1,000 strong. This is where the brave belong. The flag waves high above the flame. Every soul remembers the name. We stand for freedom. Fight for the flame. In the land of glory, we carve our name. No chains, no fear, just blood and might. We were born to battle, born to fight. We stand for freedom, the bold and true. This is our moment. Red, white, and blue. One ring, one chance, no retreat. History's written in every heartbeat. Legends rise, the weak fall back. We carry the dream on a thunderous track. Unbreakable will, unshaken ground. Our voices shake the heavens down. With every slam, with every cry, we shout our truth into the sky. We stand for freedom, fight for the flame. In the land of glory, we carve our name. No chains, no fear, just blood and might. We were born to battle, born to fight. We stand for freedom, we're bold and true. This is our moment, red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. Raise your fist, the time is now. Take the oath, make the vow. For the fallen, for the free, for every soul who dares to believe. We stand for freedom, now for that day. Heroes made in battleground. No chains, no fear, just blood and might. We were born to battle, born to fight. We stand for freedom, proud and loud. We fight for justice, heads unbowed. Yeah, we stand for freedom. We stand for freedom.